The United States has reached a new turning point in the race to vaccinate. Starting today, anyone 16 and over is eligible to get the vaccine. Health officials are also tackling concerns about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and the possible need for a booster shot. A familiar face is helping to lead our country's fight against the pandemic. It's a job she also tackled as Secretary of Health in Pennsylvania. And today we spoke with Dr. Rachel Levine for the first time since taking her new position in the Biden administration. NBC10's Lauren Mayk joins us now with more.
Tracy, Dr. Levine tells me she is now in week 4 of her new job, and this is a big week. It is when everyone can get a shot. Dr. Levine now part of an effort to convince people to do it.
With everyone 16 and up now eligible for a shot in the arm, a push to get people to clinics, pharmacies, and doctors' offices.
Today across the country is a very exciting day.
That's Dr. Rachel Levine, who led Pennsylvania's health response through most of the pandemic before joining the Biden administration. We spoke one-on-one as the vaccine rollout hits this new phase and a new challenge. Philadelphia opening up the floodgates early after vaccine slots were going empty.
It brings up the point about vaccine hesitancy. We want to get the word out about the safety and the effectiveness of these vaccines to reassure people to make sure that everyone that's eligible gets their vaccination.
So what happens if we can't get to that level, if we can't get to that herd immunity level?
Well, we're going to then double and triple our efforts.
In her previous role as Pennsylvania Secretary of Health, Dr. Levine was a regular presence at Pennsylvania news conferences, reminding people how to protect themselves from the virus. Now, as more people get vaccinated,
where is the line for you for when, for example, we can stop wearing masks?
Well, we'll see. There are 3 tools in our public health toolbox.
Dr. Levine says that's containment, like testing, mitigation, like hand washing, and vaccines.
We want to use all the tools in our public health toolbox. And so, it's too early to say when we'll be able to stop wearing masks. But we want to roll out.
Is it on the horizon? It's too early to say, but will that day come?
I'm a positive and optimistic person, and I think that day will come, but I can't tell you when that day will be here.
Pennsylvania today reporting a little more than 43% of eligible residents have had their first dose of a vaccine, even as both Pfizer and Moderna work on a possible booster shot.
How is the federal government preparing for the possibility of boosters, or are you preparing at this point?
We are preparing. And so if boosters are necessary for the vaccinations, then the federal government will make sure in the Biden administration that those doses are available for people to receive them.
That work happening as there is still uncertainty over the future of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The FDA paused its usage last week while it investigates blood clots in 6 patients of the roughly 7 million who received the vaccine. Levine has a personal connection.
I'd like to point out that a little over 2 weeks ago, I received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And so, depending upon the CDC's recommendations at the end of the week, I really have a lot of confidence in this vaccine.
I asked Dr. Levine if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is coming back. She said they're cautiously optimistic about what will happen with the CDC advisory committee. But she did say that even if it did not come back, that there would be enough Pfizer and Moderna vaccine to meet the goals to get people vaccinated. And Tracy, I can tell you, she is paying attention to what is happening here. I mentioned Philadelphia at one point. She knew exactly what I was talking about, referenced Dr. Farley. So even though she's working in Washington, she's still paying attention to what's happening here.
I'm sure she is. Lauren, thanks for that.